Hi, I'm Michelle.
Hi, I'm Lauren.
Hi, I'm Kimberley. We are education students from Griffith University, and the design challenge we have created for students is designing and constructing a chair made from recyclable materials that must be comfortable, visually aesthetic, and strong enough to seat an adult. This short video clip demonstrates the Design, Develop, Evaluate process, also known as DDE, and the way we have applied this strategy to our design challenge. The goal of our design challenge was to provide students with an engaging learning experience which helps develop students as 21st century learners.
This challenge has been created for grade 7 students. The challenge requires students to move through the stages of the DDE cycle to achieve a working solution which meets all criteria. This will be achieved by designing, developing and evaluating their work on a fallible task until they reach success. It is important to reiterate to students that the emphasis on the task is not about the number of times a design fails, but the improvements made to achieve their goal. Teachers will assess on students' ability to evaluate and redesign to make improvements to their task.
The design challenge emphasises the ways of working from QSA in the areas of investigating and analysing the purpose, context, specifications and constraints for design ideas, generating and evaluating design ideas and determining suitability based on purpose, specifications and constraints, communicate the details of designs showing relative proportions using labelled drawings, models and/or plans, select resources, techniques and tools to make products that meet specifications, and evaluate the suitability of products and processes for the purpose and context and recommend improvement.
The aim of this design challenge would be to encourage students to use critical thinking strategies to design and develop an original solution to the set challenge and evaluate their completed designs. Students were expected to critically analyse their design to improve and adapt their work to move closer to the goal. Watch as we connect the pieces of the puzzle to successfully complete our design challenge.
Design. In this stage of the design challenge, students are required to brainstorm possible ideas and solutions. This requires students to gather information through research, which will allow them to make informed decisions about their design. This is an important process as it requires students to think critically and make appropriate choices about how to best achieve their goal. After selecting one option from their brainstorming, students are required to create a diagram or model detailing the specifics of their design. This is to be used in the development stage of the design challenge. The first thing we had to do was create our design. Putting our ideas together, we thought about what we would need to include in order to make the chair comfortable, visually aesthetic and strong. We did this by researching different chair designs which provided us with inspiration for our design. We began by brainstorming which qualities we believed were important for a chair to include. The results of our brainstorming were a supportive back, a solid structure, visual appeal, comfort, a supportive base, head support, sturdy, and a good height. Considering these, we developed 3 possible chair designs in a 2D format. The first option was a 4-legged design, based on your average dining chair. The second was similar, featuring a cube base and an upright back. The third design was a lower, longer lounge chair, similar to a sunbed. This is the design we came up with. We thought that strength would be the most important element of the chair, so to cater for this, we created a design which included a solid square-shaped base and a strong backrest. Comfort was the next thing on our agenda. We catered for this by creating a back support which would be strong enough for an adult to comfortably lean back on, and considered the measurements of the chair so that it wasn't too low or high from the ground. To make it visually aesthetic, we decided to decorate upon completion with newspaper for an abstract effect. Develop. In this stage of the challenge, students use the design they have created to construct a working model of their solution. Students are required to select and gather appropriate resources and tools. They must then make a group decision on the best method of development. Using teamwork and appropriate strategies, students are to create a physical version of their design. To develop our chair, we use cardboard, masking tape, newspaper, rulers, Stanley knives and scissors. We collected packing boxes from an electrical warehouse which enabled us to measure and cut out each piece of our design. The first step was creating the base of the chair using the cardboard to create a cube. To hold it together, we used tape, which also added support to the base. The next step was creating the backrest. We attached this by inserting part of the back inside the chair and built a 3D back on the outside of the square base. We secured the two parts together using tape to complete the overall structure. Finally, we decorated the chair with newspaper for an abstract effect. Evaluate. The evaluation of the developed design is important for students to self-assess their success in achieving a solution. This requires the use of skills such as observation, critical analysis, and problem solving. Students must devise appropriate methods of evaluating their design in order to gauge their level of success. The evaluation process of our design was in the ability of the chair to meet all three areas of the design challenge criteria: strength, comfort, and aesthetic appeal. The first step of the evaluation was the visual aspect. We thought that the newspaper added a good effect, which we were all happy with. Next came the biggest test, the strength of the chair. Will it hold the weight of an adult? To test this, we had an adult sit on the chair to see how it held up. Unfortunately, it was not strong enough to hold the weight, and as a result, it collapsed. Not only was the chair unsuccessful in its strength, but also in comfort, as can be seen in the video.